Just like that. Here we go. Guys, Facebook. Namaste. God bless. How the hell are you? Happy Monday to you. I've been trying for days, man. And I say it a lot on Facebook, on this show here, trying to get on. Work is busy, busy, busy. And just trying to get I'm supposed to be on vacation. I was supposed to start two days ago. But I've been at work trying to get everything ready. But happy Monday to you. The show paradigm really changed tonight when I opened my mailbox, and I had the chance to share it. If you guys saw my wall a few minutes ago, I shared the recent license that I got. I went last week. I got it. Surprisingly, it came in the mail actually very quickly, and I love that comparison. I love that comparison from 12 years ago until now, and to show you guys exactly what I preach here on America's Mentor, that when I understood the philosophy of it's not mind over matter, it's mind that actually creates matter. And you have the option every day to create a better self on the inside, which will permeate in your outside world. Me hitting, it's only fitting, me hitting 60 in days from now, it's only fitting with the day of. It's National Old Stuff Day. and I consider myself blessed in all areas of my life, except for being full of snot, which is creating the voice. But it's also National Banana Cream Pie Day. So if you guys like bananas, which I love, mind you, I'm a banana freak, and it's National Egg McMuffin Day. Those of you in the upper echelon of age only understand this, because the old McMuffin back then, years ago, I'm talking like 20 years ago, before they went all this chemical, sterile shit at McDonald's, was actually really good. It was really good. I could jack down 3 of those babies, but I haven't really eaten McDonald's in probably a decade itself, because I learned my lesson. But everything changed for me. Changed the whole show tonight when I received my new license that I wanted to share with you guys. How indeed, thoughts do become things. It's us. We're in charge of the matter. We're in charge of all this meat soup, man. And what we put in every day with our thoughts and feelings is going to permeate in our outside world. Not in essence what we attract, but how we radiate ourselves. Good in, good out. It's a really simple philosophy. And Jim Rohn, if you guys know him, old-time motivational guy, God bless his soul, rest in peace for the guy. But there would be no Tony Robbins without Jim. Jim actually trained Tony Robbins when he was like 17 to be a motivational speaker, per se. And Jim took him under his wing and showed him the world that Tony's living now is basically, in essence, Jim's theory on life. And it was really good. And I loved it, because his reel that really started this whole show tonight, the new aspect of it, is awesome, because he stated everything changed for me when I understood this philosophy. And that's basically what life is. It's our philosophy, how we see life is what we're going to create from it. He said, learn to work harder on yourself than on your job. To me, that was life-changing, because indeed, yes, I work hard. I talk about it here a lot, America's Mentor. I work hard. But when I leave that 9-hour or 10-hour shift, I am in jury mode. And all I focus on is how I can make myself better, eternally, spiritually, financially, abundantly, and in essence, creating a better magnet. And his reel states that. It doesn't say it directly, and I want to comment on that, because it really makes sense, because all you're basically doing, if you take more time for yourself, and remember, this is not selfish, you're taking care of yourself. Self-care, real self-care. What is real self-care? As Paulo Coelho wrote it, and I can't even pronounce his friggin' name tonight. Out of the quote box tonight, it takes a huge effort. It takes a huge effort to free yourself from memory. And Coelho was absolutely right. That's what I do. Freeing myself from where I've been to only putting myself where I am right now, and to move forward with that thought. That's basically the secret to longevity and your physicality in life. It keeps you out of the doctor's office, man. I'm telling you right now, because you start focusing on the person you are always being. That's your creation point. And the body starts reacting from that. So people say, oh, how did you do it? I didn't do nothing, Meatball. I just changed my thought, my perception about myself. And indeed, following Kaleo's law, it takes a huge effort to free yourself from memory. So you got to ask yourself, what paradigm of living are you living in at this very moment? That basically determines your creation point. And if you keep doing that, indeed, it gets anchored and it becomes habitual. And there you go. There's your life. And you can't really complain if things keep hitting the fan because you keep throwing the same stuff to hit the same fan. It's you changing that. It's you changing your paradigm of thinking, which is most important because that turns into a new lifestyle from that. He goes on to say, as I digress again, this long banter, if you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. That's great. A lot of people do that, but this is a powerful point. But if you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. And I think, and my perception of that is not fortune per se of the monetary aspect of it, but everything in general. He just inadvertently said you become a better magnet to attract better to you if you focus more on yourself, bettering yourself, and freeing yourself from where you've been. It's a great way of living because that back there cannot be brought back, man. So why do you keep thinking about it? And this is what I practice on every single day. Why do I want to go back there, man? If you guys look at the photo on my wall from 12 years ago, why would I want to go back there? And I ask myself that. So when I find myself falling back, and this is where you guys have to realize for yourself, this is when you've got to ask yourself, do I want to go back there? Pick it, yes or no. Because if I keep thinking about it, I'm going to become that magnet to attract that again in my life. So that is my out of work per se mindset. Is not going back where I've been. In other words, if I had a bad day at work, okay, fine, I had a bad day. Bye. When I leave the doors, man, I'm out, I'm gone, I'm good. You know, namaste, God bless, take care of yourself. Do you think about it? Yes. But if it emotionally grips you, it has control over you. You lost self-control. You've let other meatballs run your life. And this is what you practice on every day. This is what I do every single day. Don't focus on where I've been. Only focus on where I am and where I'm going. You reach that paradigm of thinking, man. Life is going to give you more of that. That's the beauty of it. That's what I realized 12 years ago was I was just a magnet. What kind of magnet am I? What kind of cell tower am I? You ask yourself better questions, indeed, you will get better answers. And I just watch the evolution and process. I mean, the license is a great thing to line up. You can line up 3. You got 12 years of evolution. If you still have your old, check it out. Put it up against your new and see how you evolve physically. Because what's going on out here, in other words, that's just your thought process evolving. Your molecules, your atoms, everything's in sync with your thinking. And if you're bringing shit in, you're going to start looking like shit. It's going to make you ugly, man. You don't want to do that. You want to be happy. You want to be motivated. You want to have something to grasp on in life. You keep doing that every day. Life is going to give you, indeed, more of that. And Jim goes on to say, I didn't mind working hard on my job, but things really didn't change that much. Fantastic point. This is I love that. He didn't mind, like I don't mind working on my job, but really think about it. What are you at your job? You're basically a robot for somebody else's dream. Really grasp that. So what kind of robot do you want to be? That's what, when I leave work, I am the robot to my own dreams, doing what I love to do and doing it every day, working on myself, being a better magnet for myself and creating better for myself. And he goes on to say, then I started working hard on myself. Success isn't something you attract. Success is something you attract. It's not something you pursue. That's from a left-handed meatball like me, man. I can't write my own words. And he finishes the reel. He said, you can't have more than you've got because you can have more. And there you go, we're going with the writing. You can tell I hurried up on this. You can have more than you've got because you become more than who you are. Again, what is he saying? You become a better attraction force. So I love the aspect of work on there because he's stating people get in this realm of thinking at work and then they bring that back home with them. You know, I was guilty of that for decades when I had my job back then and my girls were younger. Got home, how was your day? Here you go. you start ranting about your day, usually on a negative forum. What he's saying here is, when you work hard on yourself, as much as you do your job, if not harder, remember, you have to answer for yourself. A disease, chronic illnesses, mental issues, I mean, that's all brought upon a lot by yourself. You have to answer for that. So to me, my objective was just to be better. Because in other words, thinking better, acting better, feeling better, a positive state of mind, grateful, gratitude, loving life for who I've become, and moving forward with that narrative every day. What do you think karma's going to give me? This is what I mean, how simple it is. When you realize your karmic force, your aura, your chi energy that you're emitting every day, you'll realize what you're attracting. So make the conscious effort every day, and think about what Cleo said. It takes a huge effort. Indeed, it takes a huge effort, but when it goes from unnatural to natural, it becomes habitual. And then you don't even think about it anymore. It's like an ex that you don't think about. It comes into your mindset once in a while, but emotionally, it doesn't bother you. When you create new habits, a new paradigm of thinking, life is going to evolve naturally. That's why I love using the license challenge to say, look, this is what I've been practicing on. Look at the results and really grasp it for yourself. You could have that same kind of achievements in your life, in anything, in your finances, in your love. How you approach things is what you're sending out from that thing. So if you keep focusing on where you've been, how can you move further? It's like working the same mundane job. You're just thinking the same mundane thoughts and getting the same results. You can't blame anybody but yourself for doing it. But we were conditioned to do that. We were conditioned to be, workers and proletarians per se, using our hands and everything and creating something like that. Instead, we're not using this. And they knew this power back then. They knew that if we understood self-empowerment and who we are, that we can create the most amazing things. But now you have it. You have podcasts everywhere. There is no excuse for you not bettering yourself. Because when you better yourself, you're going to bring more to yourself to match that. You're going to start matching all your emotions and your feelings in life with synchronicities, and then there's the so-called miracles and coincidences, which are not coincidences. Coincidences is just a reflection of who you are occurring in your life. You understand that? That alone should wake you the hell up to realize, what am I bringing to myself every day? And if I work harder on myself better than I work harder at my job, life can only get better for me. Because why? I'm a better magnet. I'm a better cell tower. I'm a better person on the inside, attracting all the right people. Now you start journaling your goals. Now you start journaling your aspirations. Now you start journaling, telling your body, damn, you're awesome. Get better, man. I do that all day long with everything in my life. I thank it ahead of time. 1,000 thank yous before anything has arrived in my life. And use that philosophy. Like Jim Rohn said, his philosophy was understanding that principle. My philosophy is, what do I want? Okay, fine. I have to become what I want on the inside to have it materialize on the outside. Better health, better feeling, better finance, better opportunities, better synchronicities in life. It's all at your disposal when you realize you truly have the power. So I'm on vacation now, Meatball, for a couple, 3 days. So you're going to see my pretty face here on America's Mentor. So please join me, America's Mentor _radio. I hope this helped, man, because really, a lot of us think we're powerless. When, honestly, we're powerful. On this National Old Stuff Day, especially us in the upper echelon of age. Age is not a number, man. That's an attribute of wisdom. It's being the best you. Indeed, will bring all good back to you. I'll see you again, America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube as the lights go out in the studio in the old penthouse, man. Guys, enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the fact that you have the power. Now start taking hold of it. Grab life by the balls, know who you are, and just go out with this most amazing feeling, because you don't get today back. If you want to, you got. This is a great point. You ask yourself, do I want to create more of yesterday, or I want to create more of now? You start realizing the power that you are. You'll definitely, indeed, want to be creating more of now. Happy Motivational Monday. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.